everybody, it's Anna. Time for our final card in this week's tarot story. So we close the week with the 10 of Swords reversed. So the 10 is the final step in the 10 card trajectory. It's the point where we cross the finish line, we complete our work, and we move on to another piece of work. Swords are connected to the minds. They're about ideas and beliefs, strategies and structures, all the things we use to make things work in the physical realm. So the image shows a man lying face down at the seashore with the 10 swords in his back. It is an image of death because the 10 of swords is the moment of death for the mind. It's releasing the old way of being. It's releasing its old strategies, its old ideas, and sort of completely surrendering that it has completed its work. It's going to kind of let go of all this old stuff so that something new can emerge. And this is definitely, even though it looks like it is an image of death, but in the tarot and in most spiritual cultures, death is always connected to new life. And that's also depicted here because you got the sea, which connects to the intuition, and you got the sunrise. So yes, this day is over, letting go of the old day, stepping into the new day. So it's the mind really kind of letting go of all that is known and stepping into the unknown, which again, is the sea representing the intuition. The intuition is going to guide us into the next piece of our journey. And everything we've done in the past is released to make room for the new thing. So when the card is upright, it often suggests to me the mind's like, okay, here we are, new adventure starting. I'm going to let go of all this stuff, kind of release all the gravity of what I've done, the good things, the bad things, whatever, all the judgments, let it all go so that I'm present and ready to learn the new thing that is happening. This card came to us reversed. All of our cards have been reversed this week. And I feel like the reversal of the 10 of swords is almost like the mind's denying that it's completed something. So I think it's great because whenever I pull cards for people and my clients, often, almost always, when they meet with you, they're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So it's like, I'm not really showing them anything new in this spread. It's always like, yes, I already knew that, but I kind of try maybe not to know that. I'm kind of pretending that I'm confused, but I'm not really confused. I actually do know what the next thing is, but I'm holding out. So I think of the 10 of swords, the reversal is almost like we're trying to pull back to the 9 of swords, which is, if you think of the Rider-Waite, the 9 of swords shows a woman having an anxiety attack. She's on the verge of this submission. She's on the verge of death. And she's panicking, like, oh my gosh, have I made a mistake? Maybe I should go back and try that again. Maybe I should reevaluate. She's feeling like she's in danger, which is a very reasonable thing for the mind to think because you are asking it to let go of the known to step into the unknown, which is inherently dangerous to the mind, who is at least hardwired to keep us alive on the planet. The way you stay alive on the planet is you repeat the safe things, the safe paths you already know over and over again. It is not to leave the safe path and forge a new path in the wilderness. That is not what you do when you're surviving, right? So the mind is hardwired to repeat itself where it knows things are predictable and safe. When you ask the mind to leave the well-worn path, you're asking it to step into faith, which is a very challenging discipline for the mind to learn. The mind can learn it, okay? Absolutely, it can learn it, but it's not natural to the mind, right? So that 9 of swords happens just before the 10 of swords, obviously, is the mind balking, panicking, thinking it's made a mistake, right? And so the challenge of the 9 of swords, I always say, is you kind of take the mind by the hand and say, you've done everything just right. Everything is fine. Yes, it's a little scary right here at the end where I'm asking you to step off the cliff. I'm asking you to walk into faith, but I'm with you. So let's go. Walking the mind past this panic attack, right? So I feel like the 10 of swords reversed is almost like the mind pretending like it's panicking because it doesn't really want to move forward. It doesn't really want to get into the boat and go on the water. It's like, well, but I don't really know for sure. I'm not real sure. And I feel like it's almost like, yeah, but the mind does know. This week we've been talking about something that we're not looking at, right? The full reverse is, trying to cut out my vision. I don't see that over there. The 5 of cups reversed is sort of not looking at an old tragedy and old loss, right? So, and when things are important, like traumas are, wounds are, we do know they're there, okay? We're just pretending they're not there. So I feel like this card's sort of like that saying to the mind, but you do know. You do know it's time to let go of this. You do know we're ready. But again, like I said, I guess it was the Wednesday card, the mind does better when it's got support. And the mind always does better when it has a calm mind, at least one calm mind to walk with it. And I think that we don't emphasize that enough. My clients are very independent, right? kind of like me. And they kind of despair sometimes, like, oh, but why couldn't I do this on my own? And I'm like, sometimes you need someone to walk with you. Even if you know what you're doing, you know what you need to do, having someone walk with you and hold your hand is huge. Like I said that day, like my husband doesn't know how to do healing work. He doesn't really he can't really even coach me into what I need to do, but I know what I need to do, right? But having him in the room makes my mind know, okay, here's a friend, here's someone who loves me, even though this is really scary and I really kind of don't want to do it, because I've got this friend, this other mind that sort of believes in me, is calm, is loving, I can take this risk. So I feel like the mind is being asked to take a risk that it really might need some support in taking. So consider, like, who are the people in your life that are calm, that are loving, that believe in you, that, that know you, or like our healer in your life that you could, that knows how to like release some of the pain and help the mind relax. We do need support sometimes. And I feel like that seems like this whole tarot story is about something is too big and scary for the mind to do by itself. So don't make the mind do it by itself. Don't do it by yourself. Find someone to help you. And it's not a loss. It's such a huge learning for the mind actually to realize asking for help is the key to strength. It's not an admission of weakness. It's a key to strength, because when you realize you are not by yourself, you have a whole universe that has your back. You have people who have your back. You have a whole, the environment of the world is rooting for you, and you realize that and you open to that, everything begins to change. So let yourself be supported. Get the support you need. Your mind already knows what it's been avoiding. It already knows the challenge. So just bring it to somebody who can help you walk past it and free up the magic that's waiting. That's our final card. See you next time.